Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Aleem. I'm going to talk about predictive healthcare analytics using machine learning, Sprint 2. Moving on to the next slide, it's about our team members. Our team is led by Salma Sheikh and Rafal, Prasad and me. Each one of us has a different roles to play in this team, and we worked for around 52 hours for the completion of the Sprint 2 in our role till now. The next slide is about agenda, where we have did like design and implementation, research analysis, improvements, and questionnaires for a project. Moving on to the next slide, it's about design and implementation, where we design three diagrams, mainly why diagram, use case diagram, and fishbone diagram. And coming to the implementations, like we use SWOT analysis and qualitative and quantitative analysis. The next slide is about the why diagram, where we explain each and everything, why it is why diagram, like as per our project requirements. Started with the predictive analytics platform in healthcare sector, and it ends with the lead a happy life. Everything is given in detail in this diagram. Moving on to the use case diagram, it is also about the requirements of our project, like what exactly we are doing in this project, like predictive healthcare analytics using machine learning, each and every step about a patient, exactly what exactly we are going to do in this. Everything is given in detail in the diagram. The next slide is about research analysis and improvements, where as a team we did a research on our questionnaires using the different types of analysis like qualitative and quantitative, and we made changes to our diagrams comparing to the sprint one as per our client request, and we drawn the fishbone and user case diagram as per the lecturer information, and we got lots of information from our supervisor with our weekly activities for these assessments. The next slide is about the questionnaire. We made this questionnaires based on our weekly activities, like what we did till now on user stories and everything. Everything is in detail. Like we did a total of 20 questions. Each slide has 5 questions, where it has the information about the health records of patients, everything related to the patient information, whether if they are able to access the health records, prescriptions, and they can see the profile details, healthcare techniques, and occurrence of seizures of patients with cerebral palsy. In this slide, we have questions from 6 to 10, where it asks about the predict risk of patients with the developing complications and the risk of heart disease in the patient, and it estimates the child risk mortality for patients with the use of predictive analytics platform to access the epileptic seizure risk of patient and the risk of likelihood of patient developing any diabetes. In this slide, we have questions from 11 to 15, where it's predicted likelihood of patient acquiring malaria and different types of like patients with diabetes developing diabetic complications, or system information about the patient and predicting analytics system without any challenges, and is it clearly understand that how predictive analytics operates. And the next slide is about the 16 to 20 questions. These are the last questions. Like it has the national shortage of IV hydrophone, so that an alternative, and accepts patient information. Does the system, and does the system be able to predict the health and status of patient with heart disease in future? And can the system accept seizure related data and monitoring the drug availability of IV hydromorphone? In this slide, we have the evidence of work, like what we did from week 1 to week 9 till now. Like every week, we have different tasks, different types of tasks. So, like assigned by the supervisor, where we have to work on our assignments and projects, like what are the requirements of the project exactly. So, we are maintaining a folder on Excel sheet, and we have everything in detail in that. And the next slide is all about references. There are so many references, but we selected some of them to be displayed here. That's all for this presentation. Thank you so much for your time, and have a good day.